Margaret Evans had spent her life teaching history in a small New England town before retiring to a quiet cottage on the outskirts. One evening, she was startled by masked intruders who forced her into her own car and drove her to an abandoned farmhouse. Despite her attempts to recall their faces, they remained careful, speaking in hushed tones and keeping her hands tied. When she finally managed to escape and flagged down a passerby, the local police dismissed her claims, suggesting she had suffered a vivid nightmare. Frustrated but undeterred, Margaret began her own investigation. She retraced her steps, noting a strange chemical smell on her clothes and the faint imprint of a tire she didn't recognize in her driveway. Using her old teaching skills, she mapped out the possible routes the kidnappers would have taken and questioned her neighbors about any unusual activity. One neighbor recalled seeing a white van parked near her house, which matched Margaret's suspicions. Digging deeper, Margaret visited local garages, pretending to be interested in buying a used van. At one shop, she found a mechanic who remembered fixing a white van with a broken headlight the morning after her kidnapping. The mechanic provided a partial license plate number, which Margaret passed on to a friend in the police force, willing to take her seriously. With this new evidence, the authorities tracked down the van to a pair of brothers with a history of petty theft. Confronted with Margaret's detailed timeline and the mechanic's testimony, the men confessed to abducting her, hoping to scare her into selling her property. Thanks to Margaret's determination and resourcefulness, the case was finally solved, proving that sometimes a retired schoolteacher can outsmart even the slyest criminals.